97136. Tweet us at Doug and Gator 971. Regarding the Lions and who you'd rather have win this weekend, the Green Bay Packers or the Seattle Seahawks, because Seattle's a half game ahead of Detroit in the race for the first-round bye in the playoffs. Green Bay is 2 games behind Detroit in the race for the division championship and home field in the playoffs. Anyone rooting for Green Bay is crazy. As long as Rodgers has a pulse, he scares the hell out of me. The Hail Mary game last year is a microcosm of this scenario. It's not going to happen again. He threw a Hail Mary, big deal. Won't happen again. The Twitter poll closed with 66% saying they want Green Bay to win, or excuse me, they want Seattle to win. So they're more focusing on winning the division. I am greedy, and I want them to get into that number 2 position this time next week. Another one here from Brian and Novi. We're talking about the Lions. Take it step by step. Start with the division, then move on to the conference positioning. Then you can start talking about Super Bowl. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Go Seattle. I get ahead of myself all the time. That's what you do in this job. You get ahead of yourself. Let's go to Eric on a cell next year on 97.1 The Ticket. Hi, Eric.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Now that I'm back in Detroit, I left Lansing about 10:30 this morning. Got as far as Weberville, and boy, it was slick. There were cars everywhere.
Did you see the accident?
I did not. The accident was further south near Fowlerville.
And did you have to get off 96?
Got off 96, got onto Grand River, and experienced a couple of towns in Michigan I've never seen before.
Well, that's always nice, but certainly we don't like the circumstances. What's it like right now?
It's beautiful. There's no problem. I'm zipping along 96, going to be back in Detroit here in about a half hour.
Wow. Well, good luck. Thanks for the update. 248-539-9797. Joe in Royal Oak. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Doug. I just wanted to share my experience on 96 this morning. I commute from Lansing to Detroit most days for my job, and I did actually witness the accident this morning on 96. It was really unbelievable.
Were you ahead of it, behind it, on the other? It was westbound where the accident happened, right?
Correct. It was westbound. I was heading eastbound. Eastbound was better. I stopped to get fuel in the morning, and before I stopped, there was a salt truck in front of me. When I got back on the highway, I noticed there's several cars in the ditches, semis, nasty stuff. But again, those were all headed westbound. And then right around Fowlerville, there was a bridge, and there was 2 or 3 trucks kind of jammed up on there, and I slowed down to look, and I realized there was a car in between 2 semis, and then another semi hits that, and the car was just, it looked like it went through a crusher, and it was so crazy. So the cars are continuing to pile up, and it's near whiteout conditions. So I'm flashing my lights at the westbound traffic to try to, because the traffic is still moving very quickly, and it's dead stopped, right?
Right.
So I literally got out of my car. I was like, this is not going to stop. So I literally stopped my car. I ran across the median and stood on the shoulder and waved my hands, slow down, slow down, slow down. And a lot of cars did start to slow down. I got them all going slow, and I'd like to think that might have at least saved some property, if not somebody. So,
Joe, I don't doubt for 1 second if you did all that you might have saved not certainly property and maybe lives. Did you say that you saw the car that got crushed between 2 semis? You saw it happen, or you saw the aftermath?
Well, I didn't. The car was already stopped between 2 semis when I saw it. What I saw was cars continuing to pile up and just smash that car to smithereens. It's really sad.
Yeah, there were 3 people died. I don't know what vehicle they were in, but I've seen a picture of the particular what you're talking about, a car smashed between 2 semis. I'm presuming it's what you're talking about. Joe, good for you for acting.
Yeah, it was funny. I was all hyped up afterwards. I called my wife, and she's like, "Babe, don't do that. That's dangerous." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
It is dangerous. Like, you're lucky that, that if the roads were slippery, something could have happened. Thank you, Joe. 248-539-9797. Mike is in Wyandotte. Hi, Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
I am a private contractor, so I'm out salting right now.
But road conditions downriver, the heart of downriver, like North Line, Eureka area was fine. South of there, roads were nothing but a sheet of ice. We're 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, like Van Horn, Telegraph area. But I know 275 was closed, I believe, southbound, south of downriver due to semi-trucks being on their side.
Yeah, somebody called Mike and said that they were in a parking lot south of 94 on 275. So that kind of falls in line with that.
Yeah, I'm actually right in that area. I'm on 94 right now, and it's snowing like crazy still.
Well, people need to be careful, take their time. Mike, thank you very much. Just problem. Looking now, both directions of 96, correction. Eastbound 96 is back open near Lansing. That was closed. And westbound, I haven't seen an update on westbound, which is where the fatal crash took place with 20, 30 people, 30 vehicles all piling up. Scary, scary stuff. And this kind of came out of nowhere. I did not see this in the forecast for today. Let's see here. How can a fan base, this is into the Karsch and Anderson inbox, how can a fan base that's never had a thing all of a sudden get greedy? Just win the division. You keep talking about the 2 seed. It's the Lions. Just get in. Well, there's a difference between the expectation this year and other years. Let me put it to you like this. I thought this was an 8-8 football team. So I kind of see it that anything happens from here is gravy. I will be disappointed, and I will not call it a good season if they don't make the playoffs. But I'm trying not to warp the perception of what is failure and what is success with an organization like the Lions in the context of time that is right here and now. Failure and success should not be delineated by winning a Super Bowl for a season. For the Tigers, the past decade, failure and success was delineated by winning a World Series. But for the Lions, I agree. There is a step-to-step process with it. But because I know where this team is, I know what the talent on the roster looks like, and I know that Bob Quinn is just getting started, this was I was hoping a year of building. I don't even want to say rebuilding. It was a year of building towards something better. If they make the playoffs, that's already exceeded my expectation, even if it's a wild card. If they win the division, it wildly exceeds my expectation. And if they get a first-round bye, wow. Now, to get a first-round bye, here's what you have to remember. If they get a first-round bye, they'll probably have earned it. Because even if Seattle loses this week to the Green Bay Packers, to get a first-round bye, the Lions are going to pretty much have to win 3 of their final 4. If they win 3 of their final 4 to finish 11-5, to go 10-2 after a 1-3 start, you're probably an NFC title contender. I don't know how a team that's won 10 of 12 games is a 2 seed and gets a first-round bye isn't a 10 NFC title contender. By definition, you are. So I'm rooting for that scenario because I want to see them earn it. Now, I suppose the truth is Seattle with a half-game lead only has to lose 1 game. They could beat Green Bay and lose to Arizona at home. But I think it's more likely they'll lose this Green Bay game, and I think it's more likely that Green Bay is the only game that they will lose the rest of the way. 248-539-9797. Go Pack this weekend. Detroit will beat the Bears and the Giants. We will be fine. Another one here. These fans are pansies. If they want the Lions to be legit, they'll have to go through the Packers one of these years. Well, that's true. I know Aaron Rodgers having a chance to win the division in Detroit scares people. But I'm not operating that way.
No, you don't have to, Doug. Like, you don't have to go through the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. You don't have to go through the Packers. If the Packers aren't there, they're not there.
Right.
Move on. That's why I want the Packers to lose. I just want the Lions to seal up the division one step at a time. We'll look forward to the 2nd seed. If it's available, if it's not, you have a home playoff game. You won the division.
Right. Well,
See, I don't know. Is your greed clouding your confidence in the Lions, or vice versa?
Is the fact that I see this making me think they're better than they are? Maybe. I mean, look, I'm the one that offered up earlier in the week that I'm not convinced that the Lions only won on Sunday because Drew Brees had a terrible game and missed a lot of open receivers. On my second review of the game, I was like, some of that's on Brees. I don't know, the Tavon Wilson interception, I don't know why he didn't hit Fleener wide open underneath. The first interception where Glover Quinn came over, he had guys running open, threw into coverage. You got fooled a little bit there. I'll give Glover Quinn and the Lions scheme some credit for that. But 248-539-9797, open lines, 97.1 The Ticket.